ultimately, calling someone black pilled is the new way of shaming people. And this is a lot of terms you hear from people who lean more conservative, people who know half the truth, typically, people who know a quarter of the truth, people who've glimpsed down the rabbit hole and think that they're quote unquote red pilled, this and that. And for those of you who don't know, black pill is basically a term for it's like you're being so rational and so logical that you're being negative. It's basically a term for someone being pessimistic and a negative viewpoint on the world, which I can understand why someone might view in the truth, freedom community, whatever you want to call this group that we're all in, this very small group that very small amount of people are in. A lot of us have been ever since I would say 2024, honestly. So about a year, I would say uh, there's this new term that people have for the truthers, which would be the black pill. And the reason why this term came about is because we're all trying to tell you, man, you can go and vote, you can cash in your ballots, you can do this, you can do that, you can wear your I voted stickers, you could post about it on social media about how you voted. You can do all these things, but you're really not helping anyone. You're not helping yourself, and you're not helping anyone around you. So you're just getting played. You're getting duped. You're getting hoodwinked, and you're getting deceived. And you look like a friggin' jackass. No offense, with your stupid little "I voted" stickers, all of you. How do you think any of these buffoons that you see on TV get to where they're at? I mean, Kamala Harris, Donald Trump, Barack Hussein Obama, the George Bushes, the Clinton family. How do you think any of these buffoons even make it to where they are with all these sex allegations on all of them and all these death, hell, fire, and destruction surrounding them? But somehow, some way, they make it to one of the highest positions in the most powerful country. I wonder how that happens. It's not like, there's a little small cult of people out there who put family members and friends of friends in these positions. And I know this is too hard for so many people to believe, because if you admit, or if you look into it, because if you simply look into what I'm talking about, you'll find out very well that this is true. And I am so tired of the Donald Trump savior narrative. I have had it with this Trump savior narrative. It was cute at first, in the start of Biden's presidency, because of how ridiculous the liberals were. It was cute. I'm not gonna lie, that we need Trump in office. And you know what? I was letting people get away with it because I understand how ridiculous liberals are, and the whole Democratic Party, and the way they've gaslit all of us, really, the past 4 years. But anyway, then you saw this huge red shift in 2024, right? Where I would say after the Trump assassination, all of a sudden everyone started supporting Trump. It seemed like everyone just abandoned the woke nonsense, right, that we've been seeing, and went to Trump. And this was part of the plan, though. This was what they planned, because again, the liberals were so ridiculous that they made Trump look like the savior. And I'm so tired of hearing the narrative, because it's just I don't understand people. Like, all you have to do is look at the history of the Federal Reserve to find out who's running things. I mean, and that's just a very surface level, basic view, right? For those of you who know that it goes deeper than just the guys, the international bankers, right? It does go a lot deeper than that. But this is just so surface level. Like, it to me. I'm sorry. This is like elementary school knowledge. I'm sorry if some of what I say might sound insensitive, but it's so ignorant to me that someone just can't even look into someone as something, I should say, as simple as the Federal Reserve, which is exactly where your money comes from, which all you claim you love money so much, right? You would kill someone for money. You would do a lot of crazy things, absurd things for money. But a lot of you don't even know where it comes from. What do you think? You think it comes from trees? You have an illegal entity here in the United States that's been dwelling here since 1913, thanks to Woodrow Wilson, who signed the Federal Reserve Act, right? And ever since then, the United States' economy has basically been destroyed. And all they do is print more money and add to the debt and make our lives more miserable. And somehow, some way, people can't realize this. And even if you do, you just think it's normal, and you think it's going to somehow, some way go back to normal. Because that's what everyone hopes for with everything, is that you want things to go back to how they were, or you want to see some sense of normalcy when things get hard or things get bad, right? And lately, I mean, the Americans here are all getting priced out. You want to go to college, that's $100,000 for a year, right? And then after that, you graduate with all this debt, you get a job that pays you 40K, 50K if you're lucky. And listen, it's a trap. Everything is to get you financially screwed. Once they get you in debt, then it's very easy to get you to comply, because they use this force, right? They say, well, if you don't pay this and you don't pay that, if you don't pay your taxes, right, we're gonna come after you. So they use force. They threaten you. And you see, if the United States people, because mind you, it's against our Constitution and it's illegal for us to be paying taxes, especially on our income. If collectively all Americans just didn't pay their taxes this year, and I know that sounds insane, but let's just say even 70% of Americans didn't pay their taxes. What are they going to do? Throw, more than half the country in jail? They can't do that. You see, they can only F you over if you let them F you over. And quite frankly, we keep getting proved that we love taking it up the rear end. Because now they talk about all these different taxes, right? In New York City, the congestion pricing that they did there. So listen, I don't mean to go off topic or go all over the place, excuse me here, but, this black pill term, right? This is going to basically be the new term that probably people who are somewhat awake are going to use against people who are really awake. They're going to start saying, well, that person's black pill because, right? Nothing of what I say. You can go on all my social media. I have no followers at all. I have no subscribers, and your typical dumb adult will say because my content sucks. You know what? Maybe it does, but you're not listening to what I'm saying. If you're just focused on like the aesthetic of it, which I understand is important, but if that's all you're gonna pay attention to, and you're not gonna at least listen to what I say, then you're not listening properly. So anyway, I wanted to make a quick little video on this and tie it into other things as well. So, really what's going on right now is black pill, which, I mean, the first time I heard this term black pill, I heard it in like the masculinity dating community, whatever, and they would use this for guys that view dating as everything is physical, meaning that women literally only care about looks and all that stuff, and your height, your money, all that stuff. So just everything physical. That's the first time I ever heard it. And, that is a black pill way, obviously, of living life. You see, that's the way the term would be used properly. But in this case, black pill is now, it's like, I would definitely be labeled as this, that I'm a black pilled. Because, kind of like what I was saying earlier, your votes don't count. You can wear your voting signs, you can cash in your ballots, but you're not changing anything. So, you can continue to live in ignorance, or you could wake up.